Hello everyone, welcome to the English for Economists podcast. These are short English lessons that are meant especially for people working in economics and finance. This is podcast lesson number 41, and today is May 25, 2022. By the way, you can find all of the previous English lessons and lesson notes at EnglishForEconomists.com. All the lessons are there for you to print out, and you can watch the videos as often as you like. You can also subscribe to receive notifications every time I publish a free lesson, so you never miss out. Now, this is the first lesson in Season 3, and you will see that I've changed the format of the lessons just a little bit. In this season, I will only teach you vocabulary taken from news headlines. These are events that are going on in the world economy today. So that makes the vocabulary that you will learn relevant and useful. And of course, that will make it easier for you to practice and eventually to remember. So in today's lesson, we'll take a look at recent behavior in money market funds. There's a flight to quality these days, brought on by decreasing stock prices and a lot of post-COVID stimulus cash moving around. Now, since the Fed has reduced the number of short-term treasury bills it's issuing, money is getting parked in something called reverse repos. So today's lesson is all about money markets, and you'll learn, or at least you will review, the following words and acronyms: stash, record, flock, RRP, scale back, surge. Now, all of these words come from this headline that was published recently in the Financial Times. Banks and funds stash record $2 trillion overnight at Fed facility. Investors in search of safe assets flock to overnight RRP. Hedge funds scale back bets on U.S. stocks as losses surge. Okay, that's a lot of information transmitted in very few words, isn't it? And that's why the vocabulary used in headlines can be so useful for you to learn. They are usually words that are very, very rich in meaning. Well, let's start with the first line. Banks and funds stash record $2 trillion overnight at Fed facility. Two words to look at here, the verb stash and the adjective record. So, to stash means to store something, especially a large amount of money, in a safe place. Sometimes stash can also have the meaning of to hide. For example, she stashed her money under the mattress to keep it safe. To stash. Next, the word record. Now, you probably know this word, but let's go over it just in case. It's an adjective, and it qualifies the noun phrase $2 trillion. It was a record amount of money deposited. There has never been so much. It was a record. Now, don't confuse this with the verb record. Looks exactly the same, doesn't it? But record is, for example, I use a microphone to record my voice. Different. Next line. Investors in search of safe assets flock to overnight RRP. Now here, flock means to move together. Birds flock, by the way. They travel in large groups, okay? In fact, a group of birds is called a flock. RRP. These are reverse repurchase agreements. Repos and reverse repos are used for short-term borrowing and lending, often overnight. RRP. Okay, last line. Hedge funds scale back bets on U.S. stocks as losses surge. So, scale back is to reduce, to make smaller, and in this case, they are scaling back their bets in the U.S. stock market as losses surge. Now, we've seen the word surge a few times in these lessons. Surge means a sudden, strong increase. So in this case, the strong, sudden increase in the losses on the bets in US stocks. Well, that's pushing banks and hedge funds into reverse repos. It's a flight to quality. Journalists love to use the word surge because it really transmits energy. Okay, that's all for this lesson. I hope that you learned something new, and I also hope that you'd like to see more lessons in the future. If that's the case, please give this video a like or write a review. That's a very big help for me. I'd like to encourage you, keep studying, do that, and you'll keep learning. It really is as simple as that. Until next time, this is Alan Robert. Goodbye.